Sorry, I'm late. Soon, I'm gonna start making this more of a scheduled thing, so you could figure out where the hell am I. But I'm also going to implore you. Is that the word? Urge you, encourage you to show up to the main room. I'm always there. So from 9:15 to 12, usually I'm rocking and rolling and doing the live trades and the microphone and the whole thing. Usually I'm going to take that hour to myself between 12 and 1. And then maybe I'll come on for YouTube just for an hour to kind of recap, maybe plan for something in the afternoon. But a lot of my trades are not going to be happening in the afternoon. But I just want to just go ahead and say, again, the reason I find this whole industry amusing is that there are so many people out there that have no idea what they're doing. It's scary. Again, I was talking about the UGAS guy. I saved him a lot of money, got him out quick enough. He didn't go as deep into that trade as I thought he was doing. So very good. But here's where I find comedy in this is the gap up on the Nike. Someone's talking about their fundamentals. Somebody's talking about, learning how to read balance sheets. I'm just reading along on some posts from some other, some other guys. And again, I'm not saying that you shouldn't learn, but you're not trading based on balance sheet, crunching numbers, fundamentals. We're trading on what's really happening. And this entire market is built on algorithmic sensitivity to the media right now. Based on what is out there, the algorithms pick up the keywords, and that triggers the market, which then triggers the if-then statements, which then trigger the stocks to do other things. So for us, we're looking for those triggers. So when we look at Nike and their blowout quarter, obviously you're going to get gapped up on that, and it's going to spread, and you're going to have an opening moment where you will have the suckers who buy in because they think the numbers were that good. And then those same people are questioning themselves right now. Why is the stock going down? I don't understand. It was a great quarter. Their expectations were raised. Their competition is being thwarted. They're destroying Under Armour. Everything you wanted to hear about it. So why are you thinking about shorting it? And why were you shorting it? And why is it going down? It's the same explanation as why a stock goes up when there's bad news, and the same explanation always remains the same. There's always a bigger player than you and I with our 400 shares of Nike. My 400 shares of Nike today meant nothing to anybody on the face of the earth other than the guy on the other side of the trade who sold them to me, which was probably a computer anyway. By the way, we are in work long right now. We flipped the script on the work long because finally this thing has stopped going down. So right now, live, we're done with the Nike short because we got to 90.5 and we couldn't get to the 90. We just got stopped out at 90.5 on the rest. Still long the work. If you're a VWAP follower, you know why I'm long this work. And I hate this stock. And I have destroyed this stock, and I have rallied against this stock. And all the millennials that told me I don't understand the company, Upwork and Box and internet security, I don't need to know that these IPOs suck. They're all cut in half. That trade's over now. The easy money on the downside, right? Work rolled over again today, broke 2250, which is a significant number in the world of trading. 2250 generally will get you down to 20, but it showed some strength at the 2150 area, right? Okay, so now you start looking at it as maybe that's, maybe a short-term bottom. We're not picking bottoms here. At 2143, we're still thinking this thing's going to 20 bucks. But then it starts to rally, and it rallies all the way back to the 1 minute, which was 2204. But that time it got rejected. But then on the way back down, it finally made a higher low and didn't roll over. And then what it did was consolidate between the 1 minute and the lower level at 2178. So it hit 2178, went to 2205, went back to 2178, went back to 2205. So what I was waiting for was it to give me, I wanted to see it break not only that 2178, I wanted to see it get back above that VWAP with a little bit more volume. So right here at 1237, you had a little bit more volume spike back over the VWAP. So there I'm buying it at 2204, and I'm using the bottom of the range, that 2178 as my out. And now that we broke the triple top from 2220, that was really nice. It didn't want to break it before. We got through that. So now we're in basically 2, 3, 4. We're at the 5-hour high of the day, So now if we can get to the 2250, our next area is going to be 2281. So if we get through the 50, now I'm selling. 2249, I'm a seller. All my orders out there already. The only way I survive in this business is I take profits, even if it's 12 cents, 13 cents, 18 cents, 22 cents. I'm selling at 2249, okay? If we get through the 2249, I'll still have 300 shares left. And then if we get up to the 2281, I'm going to sell 200 more, leaving me with 100 shares. And then if it keeps on going, maybe I'll hold on to the 100 shares. And that's how you turn a day trade, a profitable day trade. You take your profit along the way, and then maybe you hold on to the last lot as the swing trade. Because if this truly is the bottom, this 2180, 22 area, if this truly is the bottom, then maybe we have some follow through tomorrow on the upside. Why not hang on to 100 shares after you've taken profit on the trade? This is what, and again, back to that Nike. If you give me a stock that's gapped up on earnings, I'm generally going to be looking for a short. Nike short did not work because first it broke a new high. It broke the upper range. So you had to think, all right, let's not short this thing. But then it came screaming right back down, and it tested the bottom of the range from the pre-market and the aftermarket. So 91.21 was my spot. So I'm looking for this thing to make its mind up. And it didn't make its mind up until 11:53 in the morning today. 11:53, you couldn't get through the 1 minute. Try. Next thing you know, they're giving up. Am I shorting it yet? No. I wanted to see this thing really finally roll over. So when it broke the 91.21 area, which was basically the low print from 10 o'clock, I shorted it right there. And I didn't even short a lot of it. Put on 100 shares. So I wanted to see it roll over, break 91. And that usually triggers more selling when you go through a whole number. So now that I got through 91, I had a multi-day VWAP. My first multi-day VWAP was 90.38. We got to, I covered some at 90.50 and then 90.38. And then I had to stop on the rest at the half number. And now I'm stopped out at 90.5. Not a huge trade, but if you make $162, why not? And if you do that trade 2 or 3 times a day, you're making a living taking very, very small risk, risking $20 to make 90 or risking $50 to make 162. If you can do that with the high quality setups with the VWAP trades and the multi-day VWAP targets, that's it. We're not getting rich on a daily basis. We're just trying to stay profitable. That's it. I don't care about the market. And once again, I'm completely wrong again. But if you want to, whether or not you believe this part of the story, I was short the diamonds this morning and I was long UVXY because there was a time and I was sitting there. This is it. Here comes the crash. This time we're not coming back. UVXY breaking yesterday's highs. Here we go. We're going to crash right now. And just like that, immediately stopped out of both of those trades for profits. But I thought I was going to be, this was going to be the day. the follow-through sell-off that I thought was happening, everything pointed to it. Here I go. We're rolling over. Market's going down. UVXY is going up. And then suddenly everything changed. I guess it was a tweet. Maybe, I don't know what it was, but I'm getting stopped out and I'm done. So once again, wrong, but right. I'm not going to stay short this market if it's not telling me to stay short. And right now, it doesn't want to go down. It doesn't want to go down. I still feel safer on the sidelines, being liquid. Beyond Meat, I missed the short that I was planning on with yesterday. Wound up trading Beyond Meat to the upside because of the VWAP range break. So that actually became a long today. And again, I know it's not none of you guys, but if you don't understand why Nike was a short today, you shouldn't trade. It has nothing to do with what they said in their quarter. It has nothing to do with their conference call. I'm not going to teach you how to crunch balance sheets. I've never even got that question before. Can you talk more about the balance sheets of this company? No, I won't. And I don't know how, because I failed accounting. I was too busy partying that year in 92. I failed accounting. That was the one class I failed in college. I mean, I didn't show up. That was kind of why I failed. Too busy raving. But I'm not crunching numbers. I'm not analyzing anything. I'm just playing ranges and what the computers generally do when ranges are violated and VWAP is triggered and if-then statements. And that's it, as far as my education goes. And right now, not a bad cover on the Nike. The work, still working it. I'm not going to dump it all yet, but, I was hoping we'd get right to the half. And it's the middle of the day, so things kind of, meander around. You're not going to get that same enthusiasms. A man has got a lot of enthusiasms. What movie? Should know that one. By the way, this is my look now. I never leave the house anyway, so. Stock Twits hat. I don't have any stains on it yet, but I'm sure I'll spill coffee on myself eventually. I need a nice, greasy hamburger stain, some ketchup and coffee and blood. So just to keep it real, not every trade I do works. Crowd, we lost on it once, then we lost on it twice. Never should go back to the loser, but I got kind of pissed off that I had a loss. So if you look at what happened with the crowd, obviously chased it, now, obviously. And you just can't let something go back below the VWAP, but this one kind of hurt. It broke the upper range, so I'm buying it at $62.77, looking for that 63 to break. We got the 63 to break, and then it tanked. And it held the VWAP the first move, and that's why I got in trouble on this trade, because when it held the VWAP and starts to get back to that 62.90 area, I bought more, thinking, all right, I held the pullback. Now I'm going to get the breakout, and there was no breakout to be had, and I got smoked. And it wasn't bad. $62 stock. Usually I'm trading 200 share lots. I got up to 500 on this one, and it completely failed. So not a good trade. Netflix long wasn't bad. We had the Roku short for a couple of ticks, and then it ripped off in our face. But that's pretty much the day. It was UDOW short, UVXY long, Beyond long, which was crazy. 2 losses in the crowd. 1 win on a Netflix long. 1 win, 1 loss on Roku short. And if you could believe this, DGAS long. Be right back. You want to take them out? Yeah, what's up? I gotta go to the store and get some food. All right, yeah, I just had 15 minutes to go. You ready to go now? Are you ready to go now? The sooner the better. I'll take you now. Time to be an Uber driver. My kid's home half a day. Before I go, remember how adamant I was? Remember how passionate I was about not going to see Post Malone? I'm going. I'll tell you about the fight, but I was completely against going to Post Malone. I think we had this conversation last time. Like, I don't want to go to a concert of a guy that I feel to be untalented. I mean, why would you go to a show where it seems like they just press play, they'll drop a beat, and the guy speaks into a auto-tune? I gave all 3 albums a shot. It's not bad. It's not bad to puff a little bit too, but I don't find him talented. I don't find that to be something concert worthy. But it's my little girl. She wants to go to a concert. I'm gonna take her. You know, it's not so bad. It's like I got tickets for $115. I wasn't about to spend over $150 to see this guy. But the fight, I can't talk about the fight with my wife about it. But so I said to my wife, I was like, yeah, it's not so bad. I could probably smoke. And my wife went nuts. If you guys know that I like to puff. I'm married to a woman, totally anti-weed. Crazy that I'm still married 20 years later. But she's twisted at the idea that I'm going to puff up when I'm sitting there with my daughter. I'm like, it's not like I'm going to blow the smoke in her face. She's like, but you got to drive home. I'll tell you more about it later. But I got to go do some running around. So yeah, if you guys want to follow, I have 1 trade on right now, work long, and most of it's done. I was hoping that we were going to get a half-point move out of this. So my next target, I have a stop in 7 cents from here. So I got 22.20 is the stop. I only got 50 shares left. I thought I had 200. Where the hell happened to my stock? Oh. I got 50 shares. It doesn't even matter. 22.20. That's my out for now. And that's it. I mean, it was a pretty solid day. You know, the crowd kind of ruined the day. You know, it would have been awesome not to have that stinking loss in there, but you gotta take losses once in a while. But I tell you, I mean, the crowd trade would have been a lot worse if I didn't take the loss. And obviously, being long UVXY and short the diamonds would have been pretty awful as well. And wait, hang on. We're about to take my last 50 shares. Ooh, look at that big bid coming in. That big bid usually is fake. See the big bid on work right now? They're going to hit that guy, and this thing's probably going to slam right back to 2204. Usually big bids, big offers are spoof trades nowadays. Not all the time, obviously, but I would say like 65% of the time when you see a big bid, it's really not somebody looking to buy the stock. It's a done deal. They're just printing it, and they're trying to fool you into believing something. But the big bid is at my price. So if it does get triggered, I'm selling the rest of the stock. But I think, you know, maybe this is, you know, if work can hang above that 22 area, for the rest of the day, maybe, you know, we look at this as a long instead of a short like we have been over the last couple of days. Bye-bye to work. See? The big bid was a bullshit print. Was a bullshit thing. I don't know if you guys are watching level 2, but the idea of tape reading the old way, just watching the market makers and seeing the volume and who's buying what, used to work. Now it's all spoofing. See how the big bid was a sell? Thank you. Thank you. I'm never wrong. I mean, I was sort of wrong, but again, that's why I got my stops in. I was hoping to get paid on that last 100. I thought I had 200 left, but don't matter now. All done. Out of the work. Out of the Nike short. Those are my last 2 trades. So not a bad day. I mean, just plugging away. That's all we do. Grinding away. Usually the day's over by now, but you know, I like that work. I don't know what is that what's Elliott Management? Is that a style or is that a company? Speaking of other people, that chat room that I'm always talking about, the other day they had 2,300 people in there. Today it's only 1,000. I'm thinking they're using bots. How could it be so drastic? That's a 50% drop off in a day. There's probably some shenanigans going on in there. I don't know. It's a Elliott Management. Yeah, I never heard of them. Should I? You know, it's beyond meat, man. I tell you, I don't know if anybody shorted it this morning, but you got to stay short now. And now your stop out price is lower because we broke down. I love this stock short. You know, for the more risk tolerant guy, you're still looking at that what is this? Hang on. The 140, 150 area for your least tolerant, you know, your risk adverse. 139.85 really. But I was hoping for a gap up to roll over, but they gapped it down and then it sold off and then it actually rallied. So I had to take it long instead of short, but I like this stock to go, you know, you got 16 more points to the downside. On the flip side, you finally found some love on FedEx. I've been waiting on this one. Didn't trade it today, but you got a nice rip from the open and then a consolidation at the VWAP, and now it's looking pretty good. So this one, I mean, you probably got to move in it. The easy money's over on this bounce right here. Yeah, forget that. I mean, but tomorrow we'll revisit FedEx because if a stock really puts a bottom in, generally you're going to get it a little shake and bake the next day and then a follow through to move to what's the word? Reinforce your bottoming thesis, I guess. So FedEx on the radar for a buy. I'm not going to be here, but FedEx maybe work. And all right. But I will come back and say hello or goodbye. If anybody is in San Diego, the event's sold out. But if you're in San Diego and you just happen to be in the neighborhood, blah, 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 I'll let you know where I am. I'll roofie the wife. She'll be sleeping by 10 o'clock, and then we'll go out. All right? I'll see you guys this afternoon. Be careful out there.